Good morning, Baltimore. I've always wanted to say that.
This week, I lived in my van on the streets of Baltimore for 3 days. I saw some pretty crazy things and documented the entire final day to share with you.
I give up. All right, we're gonna make this work in our favor somehow.
Every day when we wake up, whether we live in a house, a flat, or a car, we can never truly know what that day holds, no matter how much we plan. The universe has a funny way of delivering us exactly what we actually need. Today, what it granted me was a reminder of all the things I have to be thankful for. Even on the nights I can't use my heater and wake up with frozen fingers, even on the days it rains and I can't open my doors to cook, even on the days I wake up because I picked a bad spot to sleep. Those are all just sacrifices and choices that I have made to live a life that I love. And what a luxury having choices is. What a luxury it is to have a roof over my head, to know that I have people to help me if one day this lifestyle goes wrong or my house gets totaled. What a luxury it is to have a dream and be able to live it every single day. Living in my van, I have seen things that I only once read about, and there is something about seeing stories firsthand that brings a depth that words cannot translate. Reading that 1,597,000 people in Baltimore are homeless resonates deeper when you're driving through the city, witnessing it firsthand. Good morning. It is... I don't know how I got here. That seems to be the theme. It's just, you wake up and you're somewhere random and there's no real plan. I'm gonna move the car from there to there, open the side door, and have breakfast with the view. Am I even gonna fit in there? That's tiny. We ain't tiny. Potholes. Oh my god. When I first started living in a van, I imagined that I would be traveling somewhere new every week and seeing the world like I had done when I was road tripping across America for a month, sleeping in my car. And while I have been fortunate enough to do a lot of traveling, it's just not the way I had imagined. But this is my first big trip I'm taking after starting working fully remotely. The first time I don't have to worry about getting back for a job eventually. The first time that in 2 years, I'm getting ready to take a deep breath financially. And so this morning, the view was so much more than beautiful. It was filled with thankfulness for how far I've come and the hope of what's on the horizon.
Good morning, Baltimore. So I guess I have to do work now. Very rude. I guess I can't just take strolls all day. Though I am going to go on a hike after I do my work. There is a hike right here in this park. I spent 2 years in this van, and all of those were spent with 9-to-5 jobs, and I thought it was really good. And it was really good. I was very happy at the time. But now that I have tasted what it's like to work online and be able to travel like this and do work with these kind of views, how am I ever supposed to go back? Ever. Like, I don't think I can. Like, I love it way too much. Easy as that. Just made a couple bucks. But also, I get to keep people safe, and that's super cool.
Now I'm just working on creating content for Project VanL Life. I'm a social media manager, and that's how I make money while living on the road.
All right. It's time. I almost just died. Oh my god. This street is so bad. There's just potholes everywhere. Like, when you live in a van, that's not the best, but okay. I can see the hike. Hopefully it's short. I'm not a big hiker. Oh my god. I'd say lesson learned, but I know I'll do it again, so just lesson. That's all that happened there. All right, let's go hiking. Never buy DIY window covers. They are the worst. The worst.
Welcome to Fort Armistead, an abandoned fort in a public park.
Alex, I'll take places a solo female traveler should not go by herself for 100, please. Or whatever my life costs.
This now abandoned fort used to be a coastal defense fort, and during the Battle of Baltimore in the War of 1812, the battle here actually inspired Scott Key's Star-Spangled Banner, which would later become America's national anthem. But now it's used by urban explorers like me.
Well, that was a murder weapon if I've ever seen one before. But also, like, this whole place is just a murder dungeon waiting to happen. That's what makes it so freaking cool. Let's see what's in this tiny hole. Water. Someone was hydrating. Good for them. Don't worry, I didn't go in that tunnel. Do not give me that look. I ain't going into no abandoned cave by myself. And that concludes our lovely, lovely walk of the morning. And I'm sure you thought I was actually going on a hike. Me? A hike? No.
There are homeless people on literally every street. There are tents set up. There are people walking in. I mean, I think I have seen more homeless people than I have seen people who are not homeless. This is actually shocking. Like, I've never seen it this bad. Ever, like, anywhere. And I have lived in California and New York City. At almost every stoplight, there was someone panhandling. The nights before, I had slept in my van on the outskirts of Baltimore. But for the first time, seeing what's really going on here at the heart was absolutely devastating. Here's some of the footage of one of the many encampments here in Baltimore, as well as some footage I found of what it's like to actually live here.
How many people live here?
Tons. I usually have a house full, so I need a bigger tent. I have a propane thing in there that I cook, and I cook for everybody and stuff like that. And it's just too small with the people that I get that don't have somewhere to stay.
And if your first thought is, why don't these people get jobs? Well, a lot of these people don't have social security cards or a way to get to work. And once we start to really listen to these people and hear their stories, we can truly understand how many things are working against them.
Nowhere to go.
Family?
No. No family.
Job?
If I could get back and forth to work, probably.
I genuinely wish that there was more than I could do, but as a solo female traveling, I cannot get out of my vehicle and talk to these people. All I can do is go online, and I donated to a really awesome organization that I'll leave the link in the description. But I truly believe even when we are not in a position to physically help, educating ourselves and talking about these things can be really helpful in their own way. This is the PaperMoon Diner, featuring everything from garden bathtubs, a Pez collection, and some pretty artsy mannequins.
Food-wise, literally nothing special. 4 out of 10. Decoration-wise, 10 out of 10. And honestly, the ambiance is like 90% of what you eat, right? Like, that's what actually makes it good or not. I don't know. So that was all I had planned for today, but then I was just looking at the map to get back and I found this. So I'm going to an art museum. So. Of things in art museums you couldn't pay me to take. That is one of my favorite art museum games. Basically, you walk around and you say, how much would I pay for this? And while it's worth millions or a lot of money or whatever, the answer is usually zero. So I totally sat in the van for like an hour and a half, and I also researched where I'm going to stay tonight, and I feel pretty safe about it. I feel pretty comfortable. I feel pretty confident. Time will tell when we get there, and I'll reinvestigate and see how it's looking. But I feel good about it, so we're off. We're gonna go. I made it. I am very tired. I am so glad that it worked out, this spot, because at first I didn't think so. I feel like it's going to be a safe spot. I am, as always, I am protected. I have a self-defense plan, an escape, like easy part into escape. I've thought it through, don't worry, I promise. So yeah, I am going to call it a night. I'm going to go to sleep because tomorrow morning I am going on another adventure somewhere new. So I'm very excited, but I'm also very tired. So I could use some sleep to get ready for that. I'm going to make a vlog of it. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys too. Let me know what you thought of this vlog. You know, this is my second vlog now. So did you like it? What could I get better at, etc. But it was fun hanging out, and I'll see you next time.